Hello students. In the last class I explained about air pollution and now I am going to start a new topic, that is sound or noise pollution. Sound pollution means undesired increase in the noise in the atmosphere is called as noise pollution or sound pollution. Basically, noise means loud and unwanted or unpleasant sound, that only we have to consider it is noise. In India, Air Act, which deals with prevention and control of pollution, in this Air Act came into action in 1981, whereas it is later amended in 1987, in which in that new amendment they also added noise pollution. Noise is also a sort of pollution. Earlier in 1981 it dealt with only air pollution, whereas it is little changed, like rectified in 1987. In that rectified act, even noise is also included as pollution. In common, the common things which are responsible for noise pollution are industries, mills, and means of transportation, television, stereo, loudspeakers, and jet planes. So these are some reasons which causes the noise pollution in the atmosphere. The intensity, when it comes to the noise pollution, the intensity of the sound, it is measured in bell or decibel. One bell is equal to 10 decibels. The lowest hearing decibel level a man can hear is 0 decibels. That means we have capacity to listen even 0 decibels also, which indicates nearly total silence and is the softest sound that the human ear can hear. Normally, at 25 decibels, the atmosphere may be peaceful, but above 80 decibels, the intensity of the sound is called noise pollution. Usually, our 25 decibels is like a comfortable zone, it will be considered as a peaceful zone, but when it crosses 80, it causes noise pollution. Now, what are the causes of noise pollution? Let us take a brief look. It can be due to natural causes like thundering, or man made like using stereos or loudspeakers. The main sources of this man made noise pollution are irritating, unwanted, and damaging sounds of various mills and also industries, and defense material like guns, and also these weapons, explosive rockets, and also helicopters, and entertainment sources like stereo, loudspeakers, radios, etc., and transport automobiles like honking sound, and also engines of buses, trucks, even trains also. So these are some reasons that is causing the noise pollution. Now let us take the effect of sound pollution. Above 80 decibel intensity of sound, it causes drowsiness, irritation, and weakness, whereas sudden excitation of skin, contraction, constriction of gastric muscle starts above 90 decibels. It also produces excitation in habit of man and also anger. That means usually if the sound it increases, the man he gets a little irritant and he also turns angry. Whereas 130 to 140 decibel causes heart palpitation and pain. Exposure to extremely high sound level like 150 decibels or more generated during the take of jet planes or rockets may damage eardrum, which may permanently impair the hearing ability. That means the person cannot be that loses the hearing habit, hearing ability itself. So 150 decibels, it is like very painful. Noise pollution reduces the capacity of hearing, results in headache, sleeplessness, increased heart beating, altered breathing pattern, stress, ulcers, heart diseases, high blood pressure, and high secretion of adrenal hormones. So, this many problems that will be created by the sound pollution. And then such effects of the sound pollution, how basically how we can be able to control this sound pollution, let us take a very brief outlook. Sound absorbents must be used to minimize the sound, especially in factories, industries, mills, etc. Usually they produces a lot of noise. That's why the uses of sound absorbent is very very suggestible. Whereas growing of more plants, see here also the same point has come. Growing plant, it is a main essential factor that everyone has to follow to reduce the pollution. It may be noise pollution or it may be the air pollution. Growing plants, and to even solve the food crisis also, for everything basically plants are available. By growing more plants, they minimize the noise pollution. Try to follow the permissible sound levels of crackers and loudspeakers. Loudspeaker, if it is available, yes, obviously, if you find, if you get your favorite music, obviously, 2 3 what you call, levels of sound it will be increased, but it should not cross even 10 levels, 20 levels, and it should not trouble others. Yes, obviously, if any good song it comes, obviously you'll increase the sound, but it should not be irritant to others. So this manners, this is civic sense, whenever we understand, whenever we learn, we can live happily, and obviously the others also can live happily. Whereas delimitation of horn free zone around hospitals and also schools, especially hospitals and school zone may, there children will be there, and also these patients who are suffering from various disorders and diseases, they are there. When you when you blow horn, or when you put loudspeakers or any other kind of noise pollutions, they create anxiety in that particular patients. And also these school students, they can't be able to focus on the studies properly. And using earplugs and also earmuffs by traffic police and also factory workers who are continuously getting exposed to the loud noises. So when they completely they are constantly they are getting exposed to the loud noise, dire dire, their ability, their metabolism, it will be greatly increasing, and it causes a lot many complications. For example, the heartbeat, it increases, whereas he easily becomes irritant, and he becomes very very sensitive, and slowly his head starts paining, and like this so many problems it causes due to the noise pollution. So it is very very suggested to use earplugs and also ear muffs, whatever are available. Both are like available in markets, so whatever it is available, whatever it is comfortable for them, if they use, that will be a better option to reduce the exposure towards the noise pollution. Whereas green muffler scheme, green muffler scheme basically it indicates the trees such as neem and also ashoka absorbs the sound to a great extent when planted along the roadside, gardens and societies. I think now you must have understood why these municipality, this what do you call, corporation people, uh, this municipality people, why they grow these plants, what do you call, both the sides of these roads, and even in the middle of the road they make a column, and in that they will plant so many what do you call, neem, so many plants like bougainvillea and also ashoka plants. Why they usually keep? Because to minimize this particular noise pollution. Whereas even roadsides also they grow this ficus, neem and also jamun trees, because they have ability to absorb this particular noise, so that the intensity of the noise pollution, it will be reduced in the atmosphere. Now, strict following of laws like delimitation of horn free zones around hospitals, schools, and permissible sound level of crackers and loudspeakers, timing after which loudspeakers not played, etc. If we follow, obviously the noise pollution will be greatly reduced. And here, for your understanding, I brought according to the area how much of the sound must be must be used given daytime and also nighttime. I brought it here. In industrial areas, daytime में 75% decibels it is permissible, whereas nighttime में 70 decibels. In commercial areas, for example some shopping mall or some theaters, like that, 65 decibels during daytime, whereas nighttime में 55 decibels तक it is permissible. Whereas residential zone, like your societies and also this houses there, colonies, like that, in that 55 decibels during a daytime and 45 decibels during nighttime. Whereas silence zone, 50 decibels during daytime and also 40 decibels during nighttime. So this is the noise that need to be followed according to the area, then all these areas will be very very peaceful. Now I brought some what I call zones. So according to that, how much of decibels of the sound must be used by the mankind or human beings, that you will understand. Very quiet, then 20 to 30 decibels, whereas sound what I call quiet places is like 20 decibels, as I clearly mentioned it is here. Whereas broadcasting studios and also motion picture studios, where the 20 decibel sound it is accepted. Whereas silence or quiet zones, in that 30 35 to 50 decibels tak it is okay. Whereas hospitals में 30 to 35, schools में 45 to 50, whereas libraries में 45 to 50 again, and in office 40 to 50. So these are the like permissible decibels of the sound. Whereas normal voice 55 decibels. Whereas when you are making some conversation, in that conversation obviously like the sound it increases, so in that 60 decibels it will be like allowed, permissible. Whereas moderately loud it goes to 70 decibels to 90 decibels. Whereas factories 60 to 65 decibels. Whereas average traffic 70 decibels. Whereas heavy city traffic 90 decibels. Especially my class, in the classroom it also it is 90 decibels maybe. Whereas uncomfortable means it is above 90 decibels, like aircrafts. Whereas I can't match that particular decibels. My decibels it may reach maybe 80 to 90. That means moderately loud I can say. Whereas painful it goes to 130 decibels, like rockets and also jet planes. Rockets may when they are operated 180 decibels, whereas jet planes may 150 decibels. So these are the permissible sound limits where according to the various zones. So this is all about the sound pollution. Very very small and very very simple topic. So please carefully go through this topic. If any doubts if you get, you can definitely ask me. And next class may I am going to start the water pollution. Thank you so much.